Hello and welcome to the latest instalment of the MX5 parts Great Mk1 Giveaway, where we take this rather lovely little MX5, spruce it up with upgrades chosen by you, and then at the end of it you can win it in a free prize giveaway. As you'll know by now, we've already done a series of modifications chosen by popular vote, including the caliber vintage alloy wheels and front and rear bracing bars from Ultra Racing. Last time round we upgraded the lights with these nifty IL Motorsport sequential indicators up front and Mark III style clear lens rear lights. And that's where we were going to leave it, but thanks to the fantastic response to the project, we've decided to do one more upgrade, and we've arguably saved the best until last. Yes, this time we're going big with a full suspension overhaul and a set of coilovers. We asked you to vote on which of three packages you'd like us to fit, and you went with the GAZ Gold Professional Kit. Now, as we discussed in the poll, this is a proven favourite amongst owners, whether it's for road cars, track day toys, or even racing in the various Mazda championships you can enter with an MX5. One of the beauties of this kit is the wide range of adjustment, meaning you can reduce the ride height by as much as 40mm if you want that really slammed look, while these clickers at the base of the shafts here can adjust the damping to whatever it is you happen to be doing. You can have this kit with one of three spring rates. For this one we've gone with the softest, which is £350 springs at the front and £250 rear, which is the best balance for what you'd call fast road use. The middle one is better for kind of track day cars, while the hardest is really only for racing. Now, while the rest of these videos have demonstrated that you can generally fit the upgrades bought for MX5 parts yourself at home, there's no getting around the fact that changing suspension parts is best left to the professionals, on the basis that you really need a ramp at the very least, the proper power tools and a bit of expertise. So I phoned my friends here at His and Hers Garage, brought the car down, and we're going to get the car up on the ramps and get the coilovers fitted. Let's get started. Okay, so there we are, job done. All four coilovers fitted around the car. These are the old ones that got taken off. Now, having seen the job done, I think that kind of underlines why this is definitely a job for the professionals and not something you could really do at home. It's quite involved. So as you can see, the struts here into the wheel arches, there's various bolts to undo here, and at the top end there's a lot of kind of levering the suspension arms up to kind of get everything aligned and in place. Top mount bits were relatively straightforward. Same again on this side. You can see they look pretty flash in there. They also need to use a spring compressor to get the springs on the damper shafts and all that kind of thing. Here's the one at the back there. So yeah, quite an involved job, and I think probably beyond what you could expect to do at home, but it's all done now. It's relatively quick. It took us maybe a couple of hours or so. Now it's a case of getting the wheels back on, dropping the car back down and letting it settle onto the new dampers. Been advised that we can then play around with the ride height a bit, but it might take a little while just to kind of all bed in, tighten everything up, and then have another little fiddle around. But basically, the job is done. Time to get the wheels back on and go for a drive. So there we go, we've got the GAZ coilovers fitted to the car, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. You can see it's got a much lower stance. It just looks a bit meaner. Those caliber vintage alloy wheels that we put on in an earlier video, they now sort of fill the wheel arches a bit more aggressively. It's just got a generally sportier stance, and hopefully the handling will be improved as well, along with the body braces that we put on again in a previous video. So really, you know, the whole package is coming together very nicely, I think. We've gone for about a midway setting in the 40mm of height adjustment you can do. The car's currently level. You could obviously adjust the rake if you wanted to. We've also gone about halfway under the damper settings as well. So it's kind of a baseline setting to go from, but obviously there's a lot of adjustment to do there. So we can have a play around once we've been for a bit of a drive. But Overall, I think it's fantastic and a really exciting conclusion to what's been a fantastic project. Now, all that remains is to give the car away in the free prize giveaway, and that's over to you. So if you haven't already signed up for the competition, make sure you do so. You can read more about that in the information section below the video. Before we actually give the car away, we'll do a bit of a wrap-up video and just talk through all the different modifications and how the car actually feels. Go for a bit of a drive and just enjoy it before we hand it over to its lucky new owner. Hope you've enjoyed the videos and stay tuned for more information about how you can win this car.